guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my 14 tips on how I stretch my relaxers. So the last time I got a relaxer, it was November 14, 2016, and as of today, I am 20 weeks post and 6 days. I am trying to do a 6-month stretch or maybe more. So if I manage to do a 6-month stretch, I would be relaxing on May 13, 2017. So I have about 5 more weeks to go. So these are some of the tips that I've used to stretch my relaxer this long, and I can definitely say without these 14 tips, I probably would have not been able to stretch my relaxer as much as I have. So I'll get right into my tips, and as well, they're in no specific order, just what I thought of when I was writing them down. So tip 1 is drink water. That is really self-explanatory because everybody knows you are what you eat. So you need to drink water to make sure you hydrate yourself and your hair and your body. Tip number 2 is moisturize and seal. This one is definitely a really big tip for the new growth because I find that my new growth is very dry and it loves moisture. So I always try to moisturize and seal every other night or every night if needed. Tip number 3 is hot oil treatments. I don't really have a set routine for hot oil treatments. I also just do that as needed, but I do find in the wintertime I do them more frequently, anywhere from every week to every other week or every 2 weeks. It really just depends on what my hair needs at that time. And I always use coconut oil, olive oil, or Jamaican black castor oil to do my hot oil treatments. Tip number 4 is deep conditioning. I am a huge fan of deep conditioning. I try to deep condition every single week for at least 1 to 3 hours or overnight. If I do it for 1 to 3 hours, I will sit under the hooded dryer for at least an hour. And then for the other 2 to 3 hours, I may just walk around with the bags and my toque on and let that do its work there. Tip number 5 is co-washing. I like to co-wash when I go to the gym because I find that using shampoo more than once a week is a little bit too much for my hair. So co-washing is also really nice to put in that moisture that your hair is lacking in the dry winter months. Tip number 6 is finger detangling. I'm a huge fan of finger detangling when my hair is so far gone without a relaxer. I definitely take the time that's needed to do this using these bad boys right here, just working through slow and steady. And tip number 7 is detangling in the shower. I find that the more I go post relaxer is the more and more I detangle in the shower because it's a lot easier to detangle for myself when I have the conditioner in my hair after I'm rinsing out my deep conditioner and I have the running water helping me, give me extra slip. Tip number 8 is taking time. I do not do my hair if I do not have time to finish out the whole process. I'm not in the business, I guess you can say, of just ripping out my hair because I don't have the time or starting something and not finishing it. So I make sure I have the time to do what I need to do to my hair to make sure it gets everything it needs. Tip number 9 is working in sections. I like to work in staple 4 sections and then I do subsections within those 4. And this way my hair is not getting tangled within itself. Every section's getting taken care of and I'm making sure my whole hair is getting the attention that it needs. Tip number 10 is listening to my hair. So this is more for adding moisture and protein type thing. I need to listen to my hair to see, am I needing moisture this week? Am I needing protein? Do I need a deep conditioning? Do I need to add certain things into my product lineup? Do I need to remove certain things? So that is a really big thing because you can't just have a set regime and your hair doesn't need what you're giving it. It's not going to thrive as much as it should. Tip number 10 is protein treatments. So I do light protein treatments. For example, I'd use the ApHogee 2-step keratin treatment, and I do heavy protein treatments around 6 weeks or as needed, and always a few days or the week before my relaxer. Light protein treatments, I'll do that roughly every 2 weeks or as needed as well. By listening to my hair, I'll know that. Tip number 12 is using a wide tooth comb. So using a wide tooth comb is self-explanatory. You're not trying to snag out your new growth, rip your hair, and it just makes things a lot easier. Tip number 13 is a personal choice for me. I don't use direct heat to my hair. So what this means is that I don't flat iron my hair. I don't use the hand blow dryer. I only sit under the hooded dryer. And tip 14 is massaging my scalp. I like to do this at night when I am moisturizing and sealing. I like to use my Jamaican black castor oil and just massage my scalp and, you know, get that blood rushing there. And it feels really nice as well. And those are my 14 tips I use during my relaxer stretches, and I do find that they work for me. I actually have one bonus tip for this one. This is probably really big. This one is protecting your ends. So protecting your ends by doing protective stylings, because you don't want to just be looking all about your new growth. You also want to make sure you're protecting the hair you already have so you can retain length. These were only some of the tips that I thought of today. I know there's many more. Please like, subscribe, and thumbs up, and also leave me your favorite tips that I spoke about in this video or tips I didn't speak about in this video that help you out. Thanks so much for watching part 1 of my little 3-part series on the products I use. Please stay tuned to part 2. That will be on my leave-in conditioners, deep conditioners, and protein treatments. Keep watching if you're interested.